How can we understand this universe and our existence within it? And how can we position ourselves as a part of this cosmos? Have you ever considered, just as a book is written by an author, that this magnificent universe might also have a creator? How can we correctly read and understand the information, stories, and lessons that this cosmic book offers us? And most importantly, is there a teacher to explain this grand book to us? And if so, who? Knowing how to read and write means recognizing and understanding all the letters in our alphabet. When letters come together, they form words and convey meanings. When words come together, sentences are formed, sentences come together to make paragraphs, and paragraphs come together to appear a big and beautiful treasure of meaning, which is a book. Reading and understanding go beyond just decoding coded messages formed by different characters, symbols, and signs that we call the alphabet. Truly reading means grasping meanings, contexts, and depths beyond what is written. It means feeling the messages, emotions, and thoughts underlying the text. For example, even though manzana in Spanish and apple in English are written with different letters, they both refer to the same object. This shows that despite different symbols and sounds in words, the intended meaning and essence remain the same. So, even if the appearances change, the intended meaning and essence remain the same. Thinking of the universe as a book can help us understand its immense complexity and order. The universe itself, along with every star, planet, plant, animal, and even microscopic organisms within it, is like letters, words, and sentences forming a meaningful whole. In this universal alphabet, elements such as plants, animals, stars, and galaxies function as symbols and characters. By bringing these symbols together, we can read the language and story of the universe. When considering a tree as a sentence, it can be said that elements like leaves and flowers form the words, and the seed inside the fruit acts as a point of this sentence. This seed carries the genetic information, the essence of the tree, enabling the tree's future generations. Actually, this universe, like a tree, and humans are its most perfect fruit, and it also represents endless meanings like a book. Within the vastness and complexity of the universe, the perfect harmony and unity of everything can be thought of as pages of a book. Each entity, from galaxies at the macro level to atoms at the micro level, takes its place as a letter, word, or sentence in this universal book and contributes to the whole. Our task is to be able to read this book. Yes, from this perspective, all the books written by humans can be seen as reflections of the effort to understand and interpret this immense and perfect universe. Astronomy talks about the sky, biology about living things, chemistry about substances, and physics about laws or forces in the universe. In fact, each branch of science is an effort to read and interpret this vast book of the universe with its methods, theories, and principles. While we fill our libraries with books from the universe, are we really reading the true meaning that we should take from it correctly? If a book exists, it has an author who wrote it, a reader it is intended for. And if the book's content is difficult to understand without guidance, then it requires a teacher to explain it. In this context, who wrote this book? Who is its intended audience? And who is the teacher designated to explain its content to us? Imagine a person walking in the mountains finding a book among a flock of grazing sheep. Do you think which sheep dropped it? Or do you think which shepherd owns this book? We cannot say the sheep dropped it, because sheep cannot be the addressee of this book. If this book was written, It must have been written for someone who knows how to read and write, someone intelligent enough to be addressed by the author. So we would think the addressee is the shepherd. So, if the addressee of this universal book is known, who is the author? Who created all these pages, all these books, all these wonders for someone to read? Let's picture some deer wandering in the mountains. These deer experience the beauty of the mountains, streams, and sky from unique perspectives. But do they truly appreciate it? Is there a deer that becomes so mesmerized by the stunning scenery that it becomes lost in admiration? Have you ever noticed an insect completely enchanted by a flower, forgetting its surroundings? Or a sheep, deeply contemplative, marveling at a tree whose branches stretch towards the sky in magnificent form? To grasp the complexities of the universe, we need to engage in deep thought and reflection. It's essential for individuals who are capable of thinking and understanding to study and interpret the universe around us. This reader must be able to comprehend and understand these writings. This proves that humans were created to read the universe. Now, let's imagine a whale in a small pool. If someone tells you the whale grew up there, would you believe it? The pool is small, the whale doesn't fit, it's struggling. It just can't feel comfortable there. If you wanted to examine where the whale belongs, how would you figure it out? You'd learn that whales need a certain amount of pressure to live, which is found in the depths of the ocean. They need a long range for movement maneuvers. Or whales can eat tons of fish daily. Considering all this, it's clear the whale needs a perfect ecosystem in the ocean. It's obvious the whale doesn't belong in the pool. Now, imagine you're in the whale's place. Isn't a human, in a way, struggling in the world like a whale in a pool? Let's think about human needs and desires. Is there anyone who doesn't want infinity? Is there anyone who doesn't desire eternity? Is there anyone who doesn't want to be in many places at once and taste many pleasures simultaneously? Right now, we're here, but we also want to be somewhere else at the same time, to feel that joy too. Sometimes, we want to be with many loved ones all at once. When we look at human abilities, talents, desires, and subtle faculties, it seems like we're created for an infinite life and came to this world for a certain period and purpose. A person can be compared to a seed. At first glance, a seed might seem like just a simple outer shell. However, just like a seed contains the potential and mystery of an entire tree within it, a person holds within them the possibility of vast growth and depth. We came to this world, but we forgot our goal. Human existence on this earth is a temporary journey. Just like a seed planted in the soil meets water and sprouts, we find ourselves in the flow of life, growing and developing. But at the end of this journey, there's a real destination awaiting us. This world is a stop on the road to eternal life. Every difficulty we encounter here is a step in preparing us for our ultimate goal, eternal bliss. Look at the abundance of tools and resources. Human beings being equipped with so many tools and subtle faculties, we're sent to this world with resources 100 times more than an animal's resources. Surely, all the wonderful faculties given to men were not for this insignificant worldly life, but for an everlasting life of great significance. The essence of a human is great, so they are destined for eternity. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below.